We're back on NASCAR Race Hub talking trucks, and it's like a Keselowski family reunion out here. Brad, please introduce our guests.
Oh, on the end, my uncle Ron Keselowski, and next to me, my dad, Bob Keselowski.
So the next question would be, why are these fellas with us today on NASCAR Race Hub? And we're like a month away from Throwback Weekend at Darlington. Trucks that weekend are in Canada, and you guys are doing something very special with your team.
Well, I mean, you can't leave the trucks out of the action, Throwback Weekend. And so for my teams, Team BKR, we thought of what would be some cool ideas. And the easiest thing to come up with was, my dad and uncle. I mean, they've both raced in NASCAR way before me and had success, won races. So here's the unveil of our two trucks for this Throwback Weekend. With the 19 and 29, you see the 19 on the end. That's my Uncle Ron's race car in a truck version that he won with at Pocono Raceway. And my dad's truck that he raced with at Richmond and won his first NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race.
So in Canada, it's going to be Austin Cindric driving the Throwback 19, Chase Briscoe in the Throwback 29. That is a truck that is celebrating a significant anniversary when you drove it to Victory Lane at Richmond, Bob.
It is. The 20-year anniversary of that truck. Yeah.
What do you think looking at those colors
man,
coming
that brings
back?
back some fond memories there. That was my first Mopar back truck. I mean, you got a picture. I mean, 47 years I've been a Mopar kid. I grew up a Mopar kid, wanting to be the #1 Mopar guy, and I finally got it with that truck right there. My first Mopar truck, and we won Richmond with it. So that truck is really special to me.
And it's going to be almost 20 years to the day when Chase is piloting that thing in Canada. And Ron, for you were driving the 19. It was a USAC stock car back in the mid-1970s. What do you think of the new look here?
Well, it was 74 when I won that race in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And that old purple and white car, I still got pictures hanging on the wall in the home of that car. And it was my first win in USAC also, and it was a pretty good day.
There's a look at it, and I'm telling you, identical to the car that you drove at Pocono.
Yeah, that's the Pocono car right there, and it was a pretty good old Dodge race car.
Brad, what does it mean for you and your race team to do the throwback in the trucks, even though they're not competing at Darlington that weekend?
Well, it's an opportunity to honor the heritage of the sport. You know, this sport was built on people that went out and raced, sometimes, without any money, and made huge sacrifices to make the sport successful. My dad and uncle did that. They raced when there wasn't a lot to be had, not a lot to be made, and you raced because you loved it. You certainly didn't race for the money. There was a lot easier ways to make money back then. But you look at it, those type of people like my dad and uncle helped build the sport to what it is. And when we have the opportunity, I think, with NASCAR Throwback Weekend to honor them, of course we want to do it. I had the opportunity, and I wanted to make sure we took it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these trucks on the track.
Bob, I think back to your truck series days, driving the 29, crew chief in the 29, owning trucks, and now to see Brad doing what he's doing in the truck series. How special is that for you?
It is to carry on a tradition. I kind of, when our business went under, I lost our business in '06. And I don't know, probably a year or two later, Brad ended up driving for Junior, and all of a sudden now he's involved with Rick Hendrick, and things are looking pretty good. I remember Brad asked me one day, he said, "Where did we screw up?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, why would you lose the truck team? What did we do wrong? And I said, I don't think we did anything wrong, Brad. In my wildest dreams, I would have thrown in everything to have you be able to have a chance to drive for Rick Hendrick. I would have burned that thing to the ground. I said, we didn't screw up. I think God just had a way bigger plan than I had.
Well, the tradition lives on Labor Day weekend. Great to have both of you in studio with us, and cheer on that 19 and 29 in Canada, all right? Good to see you.